Hello and welcome to Mandate 2026, our special coverage here with my colleagues Zaka, Jacob, also my colleague Pratibha Chandran joining us on our special panel right here in the studio because it's just around 60 hours to go for counting and Tamil Nadu is locked in a high stakes wait. The focus is firmly on one decisive factor, the minority vote, which has historically shaped outcomes across key constituencies. This time, the contest for that vote has been sharper and visibly more direct. The ruling DMK has worked to retain its traditional base through sustained minority outreach, while Vijay's TVK has attempted a broader expansion across communities. What now emerges is a competitive overlap of voter base, and that overlap could determine the final outcome. All right, before that, there's some breaking news coming in at this point of time. Is the DMK-Congress alliance on the brink of a collapse is a big question that's being asked at this point of time because cracks are now out in the open in one of India's most crucial state alliances. Tensions escalated after the Congress began asserting itself aggressively, first demanding a larger role in the government formation, including at least 2 cabinet berths. Sources now indicate that the DMK leadership is seriously considering a post-election break from Congress and is instead exploring the possibility of building a broader secular federal front with leaders like Arvind Kejriwal, Mamata Banerjee, Jagan Mohan Reddy and others. However, the arithmetic could complicate the strategy, with most projections pointing towards a fractured mandate in Tamil Nadu. The DMK may still need post-poll support. Let's go right across to my colleague Imran, who's getting us this top story. Imran, you've spoken to at least 4 senior leaders of the DMK who are telling you that they're not going to comment on this before the counting is over, but they say this is very much on the table as far as DMK is concerned. They're very, very upset with the positions that have been taken by the Congress party during the course of this campaign. It's been visible in Rahul Gandhi not campaigning with Stalin, not even wishing him on his birthday.
Well, absolutely, Madhav. That's the thing about the information. We spoke to the senior leadership, both within the Congress and also especially in DMK about this particular issue. And they said that the DMK was very upset with Congress when they demanded the 2 cabinet berths. In fact, they said that they want to be part of the government, not just part of the alliance. And hence, there was a lot of friction going on. And also, over the seat allotment, also Congress was upset with the DMK. And in fact, one of the 2 key leaders of the Congress party even complained to Rahul Gandhi about it, and we saw that Rahul Gandhi not wishing Stalin on his birthday. That was a big setback for what they say for the alliance, and DMK noticed it and was very, very unhappy with Rahul not wishing Stalin on his birthday. And in fact, one of the senior leaders said that in fact we were the ones who pitched Rahul Gandhi to be the prime ministerial candidate. We brought secular alliance together, and it was unbecoming of Rahul Gandhi not to wish Stalin over a trivial issue like getting into the cabinet. And they said that there are many reasons for that for DMK. In fact, they cannot have Congress here, especially when they have Hindi issue, big issue. We cannot have someone, BJP will make an issue of it. They try to make Congress understand it, but it's not happening. And in fact, over the seat sharing also, they will see that the deal breaker was Rahul Gandhi not wishing Stalin on his birthday and not even campaigning during entire for DMK or any of the candidates.
I guess you shouldn't miss somebody's birthday, someone who you refer to as an elder brother. But anyway, we'll see how this plays out. There's also the politics of compulsion. The DMK and the Congress are sort of stuck to each other because of the politics of compulsion in Tamil Nadu. It's a long-running alliance. I want to get Pratibha in because for a number of years now, even Indira Gandhi had tied up with Mr. Karunanidhi back in the 80s. Just walk us through, the history of this alliance and how or why this may or may not be that difficult to break.
Okay, let's take a look at how it all started. Back in 1971 is when the first DMK-Congress alliance took place, and that was the beginning of the strategic alliance, a Dravidian party with a national party. That was back in 1971, and the DMK and the Congress fought Lok Sabha as well as the assembly polls together, and it was a successful one. And then we take a look at what happened in the recent times from 2004 when the DMK and the Congress reunited. When they were back together, the DMK front won all the seats. So it was a successful comeback. The Congress party also winning in 10 seats. So it was a massive sweep back in 2004 when the 2 parties reunited. That success continued in 2009 as well. where the joint front fought together again, the Congress with the DMK, and they won 28 Lok Sabha seats. So it was a successful run, the success from 2004 continuing in 2009 as well. The Congress party winning 9 of 16 seats. But this success didn't really continue because in 2013 there was a breakup where the DMK decided to quit the UPA alliance. After that exit, what happened? In 2016, there was again a reunion. But that was a kind of a failed reunion because while they did fight together, they didn't really make an impact. This was an election that was fought under the leadership of Jayalalitha for the AIADMK. They won and the DMK-Congress alliance lost the assembly polls again. So it didn't find much success. But look at what happened in 2021. A weakened AIADMK plus on one side and the DMK and Congress combining and realigning. That was a good comeback for DMK and Congress. They contested as a major front and swept the elections. They won the state elections. So this is how the equation has been between the DMK and Congress over the years.
So, Rashid, you were there. You remember this story in 2004. The UPA came into being when Manmohan Singh and Sonia Gandhi, I think with Ghulam Nabi Azad at that time, had gone down to Gopalapuram where Mr. Karunanidhi used to reside. And that's how that alliance came about. You think it'll break now after 20 years, so given what we've seen in the last few weeks?
So Zaka, here, the chemistry always works. You have seen that picture in 2024 when Rahul Gandhi in Coimbatore was buying, 1 kg of that Mysore Pak and taking it to Stalin. Now, I think there is an absence of it. And that is where the Tamil Nadu Congress comes in.
Absence of Mysore Pak?
Absence of that goodwill, that sweetness.
Absence of sweetness.
Sweetness is missing. And that is where I think it's going to cost very dearly because alliances are formed from the position of strength. The Congress is weak in Tamil Nadu, but Rahul Gandhi's core people like Praveen Chakravarti and Manikam Tagore, they've given him a thing that, actually I've been saying this, that post, 23rd of April, there is a rethink in the Congress that they made a mistake, they made a blunder in aligning with DMK.
JVC says that Congress is the one that's pulling the alliance down. Had Stalin not conceded 28 seats?
The point is, I think he was the one who actually broke the story. He was the one who broke the story after the Bihar elections. He coined the name called as Jai Jagat Gang. And there I took it in Tamil Nadu. I quoted his name also. It was a Jai Jagat Gang which clearly, was telling Mr. Rahul Gandhi that we need to join force with TVK because TVK is having a core vote, there is the fans and minority votes will get added. Rahul Gandhi is one of the most popular leaders in Tamil Nadu, no two ways about it. It is not Modi, it is Rahul Gandhi who is the most popular leader. And
really?
Yes.
Zaka, there are 3 states where Rahul Gandhi's popularity, personal popularity is more than Narendra Modi and Tamil Nadu is one state.
Tamil Nadu and Punjab, these 3 states. And now what happened was, I know because personally from Congress party, there were a few people who were interested in having alliance with Congress. Sorry, DMK. And there were a set of people who were having interest in going with the TVK. Now, those of them who wanted to align with DMK were on continuous calls with me for more than a week. In fact, some of them asked me to even tweet saying that this is the kind of news which I'm giving you, take it. Because there was a huge pressure. In fact, at one point in time, I heard that the alliance was broken. It's all done and dusted. Just a minute. Just a minute. And then what happened was Mallikarjun Kharge entered into the scene. And once he entered into the scene, now Rahul Gandhi was not happy. Sonia Gandhi took a call that one last time we will go with the tested commodity called DMK and let's not go with an untested commodity called TVK. And Rahul Gandhi reluctantly then sent Mr. Chidambaram. Chidambaram went, personally negotiated. In fact, Chidambaram had told Mr. Stalin, if you instead of giving 10 seats to DMDK, you could have given those 10 seats redistributed between us and the VCK. Now all this happened and there is no chemistry. Now because of that, the DMK workers are not trusting Congress. Congress workers are not trusting DMK. And it is affecting even collection. I
think we should bring in Saravanan on this. Saravanan is with us, national spokesperson of the DMK. Saravanan, what do you have to make of this? Because the question many would ask Saravanan is that if there was no chemistry, if the vote transfer, for instance, does not take place between 2 allies, then it hurts both the allies. Of course, in this case, the Congress perhaps is a little more dependent on the DMK. Do you agree with this analysis?
We are winning this election, Madhav. All these things doesn't matter now. This post-mortem isn't going to help anybody. Maybe it will increase your TRPs. Apart from that, this post-mortem is not going to be of any benefit.
Zaka here, we don't need Congress and DMK to split to increase our TRPs. But go on.
No. Good, I'm happy that you have other ways to increase your TRP. See, the only thing is this. We have fought as a unit and we are winning these elections.
No,
You
will
have
you
seen
stay
the
as a
number of
unit? No, one
exit
second.
polls.
Hang on. It's not all hunky-dory. You know, I know, the whole state knows. Mr. Stalin would never have given 28 seats to the Congress. It went down to the wire. And they finally, your leader conceded. I don't know why he conceded, but he conceded. And JVC's poll says it's the Congress is dragging your alliance down. The Congress is a liability for the DMK.
See, you want me to rely on JVC's poll? That will be another joke. I don't want to comment anything on that. See, on the ground, what we have got, the reports from our foot soldiers, the reports from our leaders, the contestants who have contested, it is very clear that we are winning this election.
No, but are you going to stay with the Congress? That's not the question. The question is, are you going to continue with the Congress, yes or no?
The alliance is there. See, the alliance is there. The alliance is continuing. On the 4th, we will form the government. Then
will Congress be part of that government?
Congress, how the Congress will be part of that government? We made it very clear. Our leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin, made it very, very clear. I think in one of the conclaves, he said that the state of Tamil Nadu, the people of Tamil Nadu, wouldn't ever want a coalition government. That is what he said. And how now the Congress will become a part of the government?
So I think Ashwini, yeah.
That there is a very clear division. The Congress elected MPs, all of them have very clear they want to stay with the DMK before this election.
The elected MPs wanted to.
Look at Jyotimani.
Yeah, look at Jyotimani's tweet.
Lok Sabha MPs, forget Karti right now, but many of them who went there and they argued very fiercely with the Congress leadership. It was Praveen Chakravarti who really wanted to move. He was the moving spirit behind going to the TVK, but he was angry for a Rajya Sabha.
Yes. Yeah. When Mr. Stalin was making the statement, and he used to call it as Ultra Silra.
I'm talking about members of parliament who are elected.
Manikam Thakur, Ultra Silra IT wing.
Yes.
This is the word exactly you kept using.
Still, since I know those people, those who actually got elected with large mandates, they were very clear that this is that the Congress party, they were very clear they wanted to stay in this alliance, that the DNK enabled their large victories.
Okay, I think we've got a breaking story that's coming in from Bengal, and I think we should go to that because the Election Commission has now announced a repolling in 15 booths in West Bengal. Madhav?
Yes, absolutely. And in fact, we can get into that, but this is very significant because this is in the Magrahat area where repolling is to be held tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, one will have to see what the implications of this are because it is not very often that Election Commission orders this kind of repoll. We know that typically it happens only in areas where, there is, of course, a significant amount of violence that has taken place. And if you can quickly bring up that Election Commission order and just like to read out from it, in fact, a couple of points. It is, in fact, to the Chief Electoral Officer, West Bengal, Kolkata, and in fact, it's signed by the Sujit Kumar Mishra, who's the secretary. They have given the specifics. In South 24 Parganas, there is 143 Diamond Harbour. In South 24 Parganas, there's 142 Magrahat Paschim, and there's also, of course, booths in South 24 Parganas, 142, again, Magrahat Paschim. The specific booth details we have, but we can quickly get in Hrita on this. Hrita, take us through the kind of incidents that were reported. We had seen various acts of violence which were reported through the course of the second phase. Can you confirm to us which were these incidents where this polling is taking place?
Well, absolutely, Madhav. If I talk to you about the violence that had taken place on 29th April during the second phase of election, remember Diamond Harbour, then Falta and Magrahat, Poshim Magrahat were under the speculations of the CEO. From there, we have been getting repeated notice of violence that has been coming up. Firstly, about the bandages incident that came up. Secondly, the Ittar incident. And after that, from the booths, the CEO had asked all the ROs to give an complaint, and today morning the complaints have been given by the Poshim Magrahat at the 142 assembly and from the Diamond Harbour, which is the 143 assembly number. Also from Falta, we are getting to understand that As of now, 30 complaints have been received from different ROs over 30 booths. That is the 144 assembly constituency number. So after all these complaints that have been received by the CEO office today morning from the ROs, the CEO had written to the ECI, and the ECI as of now...
All right, so how much will this address the complaints that there was some amount of, influence used or unfair means used, the Election Commission choosing to use this particular opportunity? And in fact, Pratibha, you have that letter copy with you. Quickly take us through that letter.
So here is what the letter says. I am directed to state that on the basis of reports received from the concerned returning officers and the observers, the places have been mentioned as well, Magrat Paschim as well as Diamond Harbour, regarding poll taken for general election to Legislative Assembly of West Bengal, held on the 29th. After taking all material circumstances into account, the Commission hereby declares, under sections being mentioned as well, that there will be repolling, aforesaid election to the following polling stations will remain invalid. That is what it says. And further to state that the widest possible publicity should be given by beating of drums, etc. and polling area contesting candidates should be informed in writing about the fresh polling being taken up. And these are the timings that have been given as well, as usual, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay, and I think Diamond Harbour is, the area of Abhishek Banerjee, and that's why also it's quite significant. And Rashid Gidwai, we were debating this earlier. Why is there such a huge time between the date of poll and the date of counting? This is exactly why. This is exactly the reason why. Because you need to have the buffer to conduct a repoll. Otherwise, people will say that this is not a fair election. Rashid.
No, conduct of repoll, I'm not questioning or challenging EC's decision, but it sounds little, bizarre to come up, and it's a clear case of, afterthought. Was there any kind of politics behind it or not? That your local correspondent would shed light, but this is very unusual. Normally, you see, this is what's happening in full public glare. If there was any kind of irregularity, that should have been flagged. And there was a lot of, video coverage and CCTV and whatnot was there. So I'm not really, convinced what was the reason why this has been done.
Shekhar Iyer, are you convinced that this was required or not? Because this is the procedure that Election Commission says. They've gone by the ROs and the local observers' reports, and they've ordered this report.
No, normally Election Commission takes a decision on repolling on the basis of reports. It's not unusual. It takes 2 or 3 days, and they would have got further. They would have examined the video. I mean, there are a lot of goes into this because the full commission sits on ordering repoll. It's not just the Chief Electoral Officer of West Bengal. So I don't think one will need to go into this and these are selected booths. It's
not
two
constituencies.
These are few booths here and there where there were violence on that day. There were incidents where people...
It's not going to materially change the result one way or the other in these two constituencies.
Doing there.
No, central forces are for any possibility of post-poll violence.
Number one, and number two, this is not the first time a repol has been announced. The repol is very much within the ambit of the rules of the conduct of the election. And despite this huge presence...
now for tomorrow.
Sorry,
it's been announced now for tomorrow. Diamond Harbour is not very far from Calcutta.
Yeah, that's why you
Is it in the urban part? Is it in the rural part? Not clear. I don't know. But it's a place where it's quite lovely at times, Diamond Harbour, Abhishek's seat, and fiercely contested. And I think you need to check this if you really want to get it. Might be linked to that small Muslim party, Indian Secular Front.
Okay.
It might actually be linked to their complaint.
Okay, that's a matter of detail, but about 15 to 17,000 voters who will, of course, now get a chance to exercise their mandate once again. But let's go across to Pratibha, because Pratibha, I believe you have a little bit more of a deep dive into what exactly has transpired traditionally in the state of Tamil Nadu as far as the caste breakdown and the community breakdown, particularly, of course, how the minority votes have panned out in this election.
So the SCSTs, OBCs, Muslims, Christians, Brahmin, this is how we are going to break it up, get more details of the same as well. Let's take a look at what Access My India exit poll has actually predicted. These are the numbers and where TVK is actually going to get its numbers. Now, Access My India has actually projected a huge sweep for the TVK in Tamil Nadu. But where are the numbers? Where are the seats going to really come from, and which communities are they going to come from? This is a breakup of that, and it gives a clear indication of whether it is eating into the DMK votes or the ADMK votes. Now, according to Access My India, this is where it stands. Majority of the SC/ST votes, it is the AIADMK that is going to lose out and the TVK that is going to gain here. For the ST votes as well, it's a similar story. The biggest loser in this is going to be the AIADMK. There will be a slight dent in the DMK votes as well. A majority of it, though, coming in from the AIADMK. on that question of where will the biggest chunk for TVK come in. Let's take a look at the OBC votes as well and the minority votes as well. Let's take a look at the trends and the firewall seats as well. On the 29 key battlegrounds, what have the trends been in the last 3 elections to give an indication of which are the firewall seats for the DMK and for the ADMK as well. Let's take a look at some of these numbers on why these 29 seats are going to be very, very crucial. Katpadi in Vellore, again a region where the DMK has consistently done well over the last 3 elections. In Tiruchendur as well, interesting constituency. This is also the place where even after the elections, Vijay actually went to the Murugan temple. That is one place as well. Let's also take a look at the Congress party's firewall seats. On the talks about whether Congress party is going to be the weak link for the DMK, there are a few seats where the Congress party has also consistently done well in the previous few elections. All of these regions, though, come within Kanyakumari, Kolachal, as well as Viluvankod and Kiliyur, which is the southernmost belt of Kanyakumari. All 3 regions in Kanyakumari where the Congress party has had quite a strong hold. There are 4 of the 6 firewalls that are in Kanyakumari. So that region is going to be interesting. It has a very strong Christian population from the fishing community as well, who have traditionally backed the DMK as well as the Congress party. Can the TVK make a dent here will be interesting. Kanyakumari is also a region where we've also seen a very close fight between the Congress and the BJP, where many believe...
Can we go back to that earlier plate? And JVC, please weigh in on this. The Muslims and the Christians, I mean, you know, 25% of all Muslim votes, a quarter of Muslim votes.
I don't want to keep this as a base because demographically there are some challenges.
No, that's fair enough. But did you see in your survey, Vijay pulling away a quarter of Muslim votes and 1/3 of Christian votes?
Very much possible, because even, that's what I was trying to say, Kolachal itself is now the battleground seat. Tiruchendur is a battleground seat. And Tiruchendur, battleground between whom and whom? DMK Minister Anita Radhakrishnan, who has never lost, versus TVK, not the BJP. Kolachal, where the BJP has been traditionally present there, it's not the BJP which is giving a tough fight to Congress, it is the TVK which is giving a tough fight to the Congress. Come to Padmanabhapuram, CPIM is a little safe there. Viluvankod, it is the BJP versus Congress. Because what Congress has done is, has brought a pastor who is from Kerala and gave him the ticket. And Viluvankod, the Vijay Dharani, who's the former Congress MLA, is now with BJP, contesting. So, certainly in southern Tamil Nadu, where the Christians and minority population are high, there is a severe breach by TVK. Just now I heard from Ramanathapuram. Ramanathapuram has got both Muslims and Christians.
Yeah.
And Ramanathapuram TVK is slashing into DMK's votes, minority votes.
No, so Anand Ranganathan, so minority is one part of it. This data seems to also suggest that he's pulling away SCs, STs and OBCs and MBCs, and he's hurting, you know, the ADMK much more than he's hurting the DMK.
So that's the thing. You see, I mean, if you were to combine, at least go by the 2011 census, then Tamil Nadu has roughly about 11% Hindus and, I beg your pardon, Muslims and Christian population. Yeah. So on the face of it, they cannot decisively decide on a poll. But last time round, 38 seats were decided with less than 2,500 votes. So when such is the thin line, and I think 11 of them were less than 1,000 votes. Yeah. If that is how thin it's going to be, then you know you can have a decisive play by the minority. As when you have Vijay spring in there, I think it's going to have a big factor. But having said that, it's not going to affect more than, I think Harish has a better figure on that, but 45 constituencies.
You think 45 constituencies
where
is going to hurt?
It can play a decisive role. But
so
other
he
than
can
that,
hurt either the DMK by pulling out minority votes, or as this data seems to suggest, he can hurt the ADMK by pulling out backward caste votes.
I think I still go with hurting DMK more.
More than...
No, I would just add one small thing. Whoever is strong in whichever region, that party gets affected. In Kongu, it is ADMK getting affected.
But if you look at these numbers, the numbers are very clear, because the numbers show that the TVK is pulling far more than the ADMK when it comes to either the SC or the ST or the OBC.
MBC,
when it comes to the Muslim voters, they are getting a little far less than the DMK. Christian voters also far less than the DMK, as Zaka just pointed out. So very clearly the alliance, and we are purely going by the fact that this is Axis My India data. Harish Mohammed Ibrahim, can you explain this to us? And is this the real ground reality in terms of DMK also being hurt by TVK, no doubt?
Of course, we are not denying that DVK will pull out some chunk of votes from the DMK kitty for sure. But whether it is going to be taken down in the urban area or in the rural area is number one. Urban area, when it comes to even Chennai, Chengalpet and Thiruvallur and Kanjipuram, all these 4 districts, they will have it decisively, they will make sure to come across on a second position. When it comes to your Kanyakumari, it is a region where it is, even though the Tamil Nadu is a heterogeneous state, we want to make sure it is not based upon the caste the Kanyakumari people will vote. If you take the historical data, it is always a national pride takes a higher precedence when it comes to Kanyakumari. Either it is Congress or whether it is BJP run alike.
Saranan wants to come in.
SC, ST, OBC, all 3 castes, all 3 segments in which TVK is polling more than the DMK as per the survey.
Zaka, are you making these assumptions based on Axis My India poll?
No, these are not assumptions. This is numbers. You can always come up with your theories, Sarunan.
No, I'm not coming up with any theory.
No, there's no assumption. I didn't make any assumption. I've just put out numbers. You can dispute those numbers.
That's okay. Are these numbers from the Axis India poll?
Correct. Yes.
Oh yeah, that has been debunked. And why are you wasting your time and everybody's time?
No, but the larger point that JVC and others were making, once again, about taking away minority votes from the DMK.
Yeah. See, let's go on a fundamental principle. See, there were 3 elections. I'll compare 3 elections to the state of Tamil Nadu: 2006, 2016, and 2026. 2006, Vijay Jayalalitha was the incumbent. And we should have got a majority. DMK should have got a majority, but we were not able to get a majority because of a third player, Mr. Vijay. And please, let's not forget that Vijay Jayalalitha's government in 2005 up to 2006 was very unpopular. We won 40 out of 40 in 2004. That was the trend, but we were not able to get our victory was eroded by the third front. Similarly, in 2016, a third front was in play, Makkal Nala Kootani. We were supposed to win. Jayalalitha's government was very unpopular, but we were not able to win that election because of the third front. Similarly, in 2026, there is a third front, and we are the incumbent, and there is an incumbency wave. We won the elections. 2024 elections, we won 40 out of 40. 2014, Vijay Jayalalitha won 40 out of 40. This is how the
Okay, so your point is that the third party always hurts the anti-incumbent. Let's ask Mr. Nandakumar, he's a TVK sympathizer. Are you there solely to hurt the ADMK?
Zaka, I'm not a TVK sympathizer or any party sympathizer. Just I do my analysis and put forth my views.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And see, this time I really doubt this Axis My India number on the vote split where TVK is getting more from. Because as per the number goes, it shows that ADMK is losing around 33 points from its base of 43 towards TVK, and DMK is losing just 11 from the 51. So arithmetically also, if you look at where the base is high, that is where a party can take it from. And again, this the ST population and the leader of that particular the party, the Vidudalai Sirthigal Katchi, who represent majorly that it is in DMK's alliance, and even during the sheet sharing or even after while announcing his candidates also, he has completely conveyed his disappointments in the alliance, and also even himself he has nominated as a candidate from one of the constituency, and due to some various pressures finally he has to withdraw from his candidature, and then he has to propose a candidate who was a lineage of a Congress family, not even a candidate.
Mr. Nandakumar, come to the point. Who is the TVK hurting? Is he hurting DMK by taking away minority votes, or is he hurting ADMK by taking away OBC and MBC votes? Come to the point.
Yeah, that is what I'm giving you a background why TVK is having a majority of the options to take it from the DMK alliance. I'm giving you the background why DMK will get affected by TVK than that of ADMK.
Okay, so
that's why I have been explaining you.
Okay, so you're saying whether it is Dalits or whether it is minorities, he will end up hurting the incumbent much more. Okay.
Yeah, even if you take that, the minorities, so far they don't have any other option, because either it is a DMK alliance or an ADMK alliance. So ADMK, since they have aligned with the BJP, they didn't have any alternative. But now Vijay is coming as to gather anti-DMK votes as well as anti-BJP votes. Now the minorities are having an option. And Vijay, he himself is a minority person. And that is where he is better scoring. And whatever the activities, he says that the secularism, the secular social justice is his principle, what he has been propagating.
Can we
And
show
also
those pictures? So
during his
he's been on, after the elections, he's been on a temple run. He's also going to Velangani Church, which is the biggest church in Tamil Nadu. He's also going to the Nagur Dargah tomorrow. So can we show those pictures? And when he campaigned, I think it was the day he filed his nomination in Trichy, he went again to a mosque, to a temple, and to a
church. On the
and to a
same
church.
day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he walked on his knee. I mean, I've not seen people walk on their knee in a church, but be that as it may.
The new form of worship.
I mean, I've seen them kneel. I've not seen them knee
Jumla
walk.
the BJP will always try to do across India. And that is what he was also doing.
Well,
But Jaka, to be fair to DMK, there is DMK-Congress alliance. There is nothing that is there to upset the minorities to shift away from DMK and Congress alliance. See, if you look at 1989 election, which is a very similar to this situation after the death of MGR, there were the two factions of AIDMK was there, one by Janaki Ramchandran and other by Jayalalitha. There was a lot of hype surrounding Jayalalitha, but DMK was able to hold on to its, the vote share, and that's how they won. So this time also, if they are able to hold on to their vote share, they'll be comfortable.
no, that's because the anti-incumbency got split between the two factions of
Precisely.
the
So this time also there is a lot of hype, like Jayalalitha at that time, there is a lot of hype relating to Vijay, but it will not translate, so he will be getting more AIDMK
So can
votes.
we go back to that timeline of what Vijay, this whole religious sort of darshan that he's been doing? Go ahead, Pratibha.
So this is after the polls actually ended, Zaka. Even before the elections, we saw him go to a church, a temple, as well as a dargah. But even after the elections concluded as well, on the 20th of March, he was seen in Tiruchendur's Murugan temple. And he visited the temple. The next day, he was in Shirdi Sai Baba temple as well. And it has not stopped. He is going to be visiting the Velankani church tomorrow. He is going to be also in Nagar Dargah Sharif. Again, this is going to continue tomorrow as well. It's not just about before the elections, even now.
So you can't accuse him of discrimination, Doc. I mean, come on, he's going to a temple, he's going to a church, he's going to a mosque.
2031. The elections is over. He's targeting 2031.
Come on. Maybe he's seeking blessings to take up the job of chief minister.
One second.
The Parsis and the Jews and the Buddhists and the Jains are offended.
But having said that, all his five party ideologue whom he has given us a picture, Velu Nachiyar, then Periyar and Kamarajar, all on a caste basis. If you take the prominent 5 castes in Tamil Nadu, he has taken all as an ideologue for his party. And now he is making sure to do whatever the BJP Jumla, they will do it across India. He is trying that in Tamil Nadu. But having said that, Tamil Nadu is always heterogeneous.
How many BJP leaders have gone visiting the mosque, visiting a church? What is this BJP? Yeah, which BJP leader has gone to a mosque?
Let me complete. There are so many.
Who has gone to a mosque?
There are so many.
No, you tell me, no.
Historical. Even our Amit Shah went to the Ajmer Sharif. One second.
No, that's not true.
They have sent a chadar. So we have to take the historical.
Please, let's stick to facts.
So even though Tamil Nadu is a heterogeneous state, we don't divide upon the religious basis, and there is no place in hatred. No, you can laugh like the BJP, where they try to laugh and make mockery of Tamil Nadu people, where they are getting decimated election after elections. That will be proved beyond doubt even in this election.
My point is, he's clearly putting some thought into what he's doing. I don't think he's doing this as some kind of a political novice. Nobody goes to one of the most popular, perhaps the most popular Murugan temple in Tamil Nadu after the election. Saravanan, you're a rationalist party, right? Your chief minister says we don't believe in God, right? What is this man doing, going to Dargah, to church, to Tiruchendur? What is he doing?
Zaka, I don't know what is running in his mind, but that's his personal choice.
You think he's doing it personally or he's doing it for politics?
I don't know. Probably you should have asked invited some of the TVK's spokespersons. I don't know why you have not.
We did, that they didn't come.
Put it out there. So they're hiding. They're into hiding.
Why? Because you think they're losing, that's why they're hiding?
Absolutely. Why else would they hide? All along they were there. We are going to win. Now they are nowhere to be seen. See, this is one aspect. See, the other aspect is when we speak of inclusivity. Inclusivity is not about going to temples. Inclusivity is about staying with them when the going gets tough. That is what we did. That is what our leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin, did when the churches were attacked on the December 25th. It is our leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin, who condemned it. Nobody else did that from the state of Tamil Nadu. It was done in all the BJP-ruled states. When the mob lynching was taking place, it was our leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin, who condemned it. He went to the IUML conference and said, Muslims are safe here in the state of Tamil Nadu. And we will always protect and safeguard their interests. And when it comes to the Hindus, DMK is the only party, is the only savior of the Hindus. We are the ones who have provided 69% reservation. Who is benefited by that? The Hindus.
We have two Hindus from Tamil Nadu who would like to respond to that.
That is called inclusivity.
We have two Hindus from Tamil Nadu who want to respond to you on that.
And your party's Sanatan statements, haven't really, put you on very good light as far as BJP is concerned. Yeah, Shekhar Iyer.
Important point. See, this is post-election. This is before election. You didn't see so much of, as it were, a religiosity. But we have seen in the run-up to these elections, before the dates were announced also, you saw that at many churches, and some of the churches in Tamil Nadu are on caste lines. In all those churches, a word went out that those who are unhappy with DMK, please do not switch your choice to ADMK, rather prefer TVK. This was there in the run-up. And what the problem, you showed the axis thing is, you see, he is attracting a lot of youth. And no matter what religion they belong. Of course, Christian youths are being attracted. Similarly, among Muslims, he is attracting the Muslim youth, that same age category. But one more thing, what we need to understand is, see, Saravanan is dismissing everything. But that is not the way the Chief Minister Stalin has dismissed it. The last 2 days, you have seen him calling up leaders, holding meetings as to find out why is opinion polls giving this kind of thing. Because Saravanan is just dismissing everything, but that's not so. And remember, just before the elections, Stalin himself met leaders of various Christian denominations in Chennai.
In fact, we can show that. I think we have the pictures of the timeline.
That was a very important meeting, urging them to impress on the laity.
The reason why I've been wanting to say one thing. If I look at the data, because we are so used to saying Muslims are doing this, Christians are doing this, this seems to be youth. Whatever he's getting is youth. It's not that people are running out as Muslims. Because can I finish? Because they're not being told that you are Ghuspetia right now. And Tamil Nadu, by the way, has the highest data among all the Muslims in terms of the education qualifications. The highest come from Tamil Nadu, even more than Kerala. So they have some amazing achievements in their Human Development Index that the Dravida parties have provided that state. However, so I want to say this, that because we have got used to looking at things as Christians, Muslims, it seems to be youth. Because if you look at the data, there are more non-Christians and Muslims.
How can 30 and 40% be youth? Because that's obviously youth will be 15-20% of demographic.
Proportion of non-Muslims and non-Christians, that which mean Hindu or SC are also attracted to him. So they are not thinking as just, I'm a Christian only or I'm a Muslim only.
42%.
No, it's got to be more than that. It's got to be a youth, it's got to be women, it's got to be various other demographics as well.
Think like that because they are being attacked verbally by the National Party. It is not so happening on that scale in Tamil Nadu.
But I think Nandakumar must answer the question that has been posed here by Shekhar Iyer. Nandakumar, why post-election? Is it preparation for the next poll? Is it a larger positioning that Vijay is doing? Is he positioning possibly for possible alliances with the bigger national parties post-poll? What is he exactly doing here?
I don't see anything with respect to elections because the election was completed on April 23rd and now he's on being a secular guy. He's visiting temple, mosques, churches everywhere. And in Tamil culture, if you see, whenever in the moments of anxieties are there, always people go to temple to pray. And as a leader of the party and also as a candidate contesting 2 seats, obviously he will be, as a new guy, a lot of anxiety will be there. So he's going to his own
anxiety ke bare mein kaun jaane aapse behtar.
Sorry, I couldn't follow you.
Sorry.
No, that question is for Ashwini here in the studio. Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, and again,
once you are speculating, you are just making mountain out of a mole. And two points I want to come across here. One, you spoke about Rahul Gandhi not wishing, I think, Stalin on his birthday. I mean, Twitter is not the only medium to wish birthday. There are a lot of other mediums, and I don't think
Did he
Rahul
wish
Gandhi
him?
need any.
No, he wished.
Rahul Gandhi,
He wished,
Rahul
wished
Gandhi
him.
need any third person to wish him on his birthday. He can anyway call him and wish him on birthday. Another mountain of mole is you are hell-bent on making Vijay the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. I don't know why. You are just hell-bent on making him Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
Not one poll said he's chief minister.
No, but
we never
I
get
mean,
no
the way you are
debating.
now you're making a mountain of a molehill. It's just that he's going to have an impact.
The way you are debating all around TVK, where TVs, I mean,
because it's a novelty factor. He's coming for the first time.
He's a leader of a reel. He's not. He has to still prove to be a real leader. And I think you are just discussing too much.
Ashwin, please explain to me why were your parties so keen on tying up with TVK then? There were several leaders. I think panelists will watch for.
Mentioned that.
Yeah.
See,
but if your party's own leaders are very keen.
By the way, this is Rashid Kidwai's words. Rahul Gandhi said we made a mistake by not allying with the TVK.
Where he
answer why you asking me.
Give a data.
Speak to Rashid Kidwai. Person sitting next to you.
Speculations and insinuations by the media.
We took a decision before polls, and we are sticking to that decision. We are coming in majority in Tamil Nadu, and we are going to make government.
And you know one, Zaka, one second. You know one, Zaka, there is a historical data in Tamil Nadu. And DMK had made sure all the Lakshman Rekha when it comes to the coalition. They never ever made sure to bypass the coalition in any format. Whether Congress does that post-poll alliance, that is different. But having said that, the only government which was fallen during Vajpayee time by Madam Jayalalitha. This is the history. By 1999, with a single vote, she made sure to make a Vajpayee government fall apart, right?
Dr. Ranganathan,
if it has to be coalition, the Lakshman Rekha line haven't been crossed by the DMK. This is the history. We have to make sure.
Vajpayee regime, since we covered Shekhar and me, we all know that, they were much more comfortable with the DMK.
Exactly.
But that was a Vajpayee coalition. The DMK will not have anything to do with the Modi coalition. The whole state, federal thing.
You never know. You never know. Stranger things have happened in politics. But anyway,
the track record is not so clean. We see what did Congress do when that
all the scams,
when that IK Gujral government fell? They withdrew support. On what grounds? That DMK is responsible or had sense of association with Rajiv
Gandhi's assassination. Dr. Ranganathan, one second.
A couple of points. Couple of points. I think the tension has been simmering through Congress ever since the time the Chief Minister Stalin publicly felicitated the killer of Rajiv Gandhi. Publicly. That's point number one. Point number two is, if we go by data, then Gujarat Muslims have more MPCE per capita expenditure consumption than Tamil Nadu Muslims and of course Bengali Muslims. So you know this canard that is spread that BJP is anti-Muslim is just hogwash. You look at the data on the ground. And thirdly, yes, of course DMK is very inclusive because being inclusive means to say Sanatan Dharma should be eradicated around the world and Hinduism is a menace. So yes, that is inclusive.
So Saravanan says that they are the protectors of Hinduism.
In fact, Saravanan should answer that question. Saravanan, do you have a response to Dr. Ranganathan?
Yeah, I'll answer that. See, in the state of Tamil Nadu, in the last 5 years, more than 5,000 Kumbhabhishekams have taken place. And when we speak of Hindus, the Hindus also are the OBCs, SCs and STs. Apart from DMK, there is no other government which has done so much for them, so much has worked for them. I'll just cite only one instance. The difference between the BJP government and the DMK government. We wanted this OBC quota to be applied to the All India medical quota seats. The BJP government refused to do that. We went to the court, we got an order. The BJP government refused to implement that. Then we approached the Supreme Court, we filed a contempt. Then that year they left and the next year because of the Supreme Court's mandate, they implemented, the BJP government implemented 27% OBC quota in the All India medical quota seats.
Okay.
The BJP could have done that, just a moment. The BJP government could have done that without DMK going to court. But they made us go to court and this is now benefiting 10,000s of students every year across the country. That is the commitment of the DMK. That is why we are saying we are for all the Hindus.
Okay.
Not for some Hindus alone. That is not the government.
One second. I mean, the Kumbhabhishekam's point is taken, but you also control all the temples in the state through the HRNC department. That's a different debate altogether. But I want to quickly go back to Pratibha on this. So, look, I keep going back, I've said this in earlier broadcasts as well, for any new party, including Vijay's party, the initial climb is a very, very steep one to get to 30% or 35% to start converting into seats. Now, there are certain seats which neither the DMK nor the ADMK have lost, either in the last 3 consecutive elections or in the last 2. Please take us through those numbers.
Yes, so these are going to be the biggest challenges for Vijay. There are 16 seats, 3 consecutive victories for the DMK. These are the firewall seats for the DMK, and in different regions, in Kaveri Delta region as well. But in 2011, 2016 and 2021, which shows very clearly that in 2011 as well, where there was a AIADMK sweep across Tamil Nadu as well, in these 16 seats, the DMK held on to it. So it is a stronghold for the DMK. Now look at the 2 consecutive wins in the last 2 elections in 2016 and 2021, which means that in the recent times, there are as many as 65 seats where the DMK has been strong. And this is across these regions. So these are regions where the DMK has done well twice previously in the last 2 elections, which means that they do have ground strength in these constituencies. In these areas, will it be enough for Vijay's popularity to ensure that it switches the outcome completely? That is the question. These are the regions where the DMK has done well.
There's also very quickly ADMK also similarly, right?
Yes,
right, we
for
don't have
ADMK
the ADMK
as well. Similarly,
I have the number.
Yes, 38 seats for the AIADMK with 3 consecutive victories.
So, JVC, if you were to look at the 3 consecutive elections, 38 seats which the ADMK has never lost, despite losing 2 elections in that, 16 and 21.
No, they didn't lose on 2016. ADMK won in 2016.
No, I'm talking about these.
Firewall.
Sorry, the firewall seats. Yeah.
Firewall seats.
38 seats they've never lost in 2011, 21 or 2016.
Yeah.
Similarly, DMK has 16 such similar seats. So there are about 50 seats, right? 50 seats which neither party has lost in the last 3 elections, which means Vijay is starting with a deficit of 50 seats.
That's what I'm saying. See, when a pollster gives 50 seats or 60 seats to a new party, what you need to understand is these 2 Dravidian parties have the might. The last village, the last booth, they have somebody there. In fact, Jayalalitha gave an interview after 1996 defeat. It was there in public domain. She lost her own seat.
Yeah.
And there was a guy who asked her, how can you ensure that you can come back after this? She said, my Tondan, which is my worker, is there in the last village. The last village in this state has an AIADMK flag. Same is the case with DMK.
Okay.
And that cannot be breached so easily.
So the ADMK numbers, I think you have the ADMK numbers as well.
Look at the AIADMK numbers, like we mentioned, for the DMK, while it is 16, if you can have the AIADMK numbers as well in the 3 consecutive victories. For the AIADMK, it is 38. We don't have it at the moment, but the numbers are 38.
And most of them will be on the western side.
So
here it is.
Look at the western side.
Here it is.
And 51 to 2 consecutive wins. That's also a significant number.
Yeah.
Not going to be easy to breach that as well.
It's not going to be easy to breach. You're dealing with 2 monsters.
we have to wrap up.
The question.
True or not? True or not?
We have to wrap up. I think we're completely out of time.
It happened in Delhi. It happened in Delhi. Now we'll say it's a city-state.
Yeah.
It happened in Delhi. All the
happened in Punjab.
previous records were broken when Aam Aadmi Party won 2015 election.
Kidwai Saab, including me, I'm telling you, no pollster can actually find out the actual support of Vijay. All of them making it.
Before if you give me a minute, what is, since the ideological battle lines is against BJP, what does BJP bring to the Anna DMK or to anyone? Vijay refuses to go with them.
Is bringing,
tell me that.
BJP is
or
bringing,
is it a liability?
Yeah, so see, BJP is bringing a good level of support on the western side. If you combine, because 2024 elections, if you add ADMK plus the BJP NDA coalition, if you put together 84 out of the 234 seats, they would have won. In another 30 seats, 32 seats.
It is no longer liability for a Tamil Dravidian party.
It's they're not a liability
According to your data.
They're not a liability.
We'll have to wrap it up there. Completely out of time. Dr. Anand Rawat, JVC Sriram, Shekhar Iyer, Rashi Kidwai, Sabah Naqvi, Harish Mohammed Ibrahim, Ashwini Kumar Mishra, and Sarvanan, as well as Nandakumar. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us from outside the studio. For the moment, we're going to slip into a quick break. And for the moment, that's a wrap from Zaka, me, as well as Pratibha.